Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Happy freaking New Year. This is the first YouTube video of 2025. Let's just yap, let's just chat, let's just talk. I feel like I have a lot of thoughts going on in my head and I just need to get it out. How do I start this? How do I start this video? The end of 2024 was simple, wasn't anything too crazy. I feel like my 2024 year was just a year of, yes, accomplishments, but also just going through the motions. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really excited about anything. I wasn't super passionate about anything until the end of the year started to come. Right around November is when I started to like vamp up everything that I wanted to do, that I started writing down my goals and what I want my future to look like. I started writing all those things down in November. Even though it is a new calendar year, I feel like it's not really a new year in my head because my new year started in November. You know what I mean? I literally don't know what it is, but I think ever since I was in college, I just had probably the worst creative block I've ever had, which sucks for me as a very highly creative person. I just could not create anything. I couldn't think of anything original. And I was just stuck and it frustrated me so much. Even before Korea, like it's all started to come back. The gears started going. Like I had so many painting ideas, so many art ideas. I actually wanted to pursue putting up my website, pricing things out, scanning things, getting them ready for print, actually printing things. And so like all the passion came back, the creative block was dissolved. And so right now I am in a very highly creative flow. I'm just getting things out of my head at all freaking hours of the day. And I'm either writing it down or I'm sketching it down, or I'm just like imagining it in my head, and it
feels so good to feel like this again.
I feel like people who aren't creative, they won't understand how big of a thing this is for me or for us creatives. It's freaking crazy. So yeah, girl. So actually, let's just start off with that. So basically, I have taken a step back from the singing world, the music world. I think I'd rather have it as a hobby. I don't think I can play instruments that well to like support myself in a gig. When I play piano, I look up the chords online and then I play it. I just know how to look at chords and play it. I don't know how to like come up with chords in my own head. Or maybe I'll do covers here and then. Maybe I'll do write little songs, little verses here and then. But as for trying to pursue music, I've kind of stopped that train. I was like fully on the bullet train to that a few years ago. And like I totally wanted to make it in Korea as a musician. I auditioned all these places. All of my creative gears were going towards music. And I still think it's something I could pursue, but I feel like you need a whole entire team to make the music career work unless you teach yourself everything. I feel like it would be a waste of time. Not a waste of time, but like I'm not super passionate. So it would be a waste of time if I try to learn these things and I'm not really passionate, you know what I mean? Anyways, the main idea is that I'm taking a step away from pursuing music and I'm going to really put a lot of focus into pursuing artwork. But for right now, I just have to get my website launched, get the prints. The thing I'm most scared about, because I will admit I'm scared, I'm nervous, I have no idea what I'm doing. But the thing I'm most scared about when I'm pursuing this is that I don't have a sponsor. Like many people starting their own businesses, I don't want to take out a loan, but I also don't have a sponsor. I'm literally working with the funds that I have from my 9-to-5 job to like get this started. And yes, it's probably going to take a little bit longer than it would if I had a lot of money. But still, everything's in the works still, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's like one of my goals. I want to be a businesswoman, a fitness woman, health woman. I want to be in my skinny era. Another thing is, I've said this many times, but I have multiple passions, as you can already tell. Part of me wants to be this big time artist. Part of me wants to be a musician who who I think I could slay in performances. I think I could, and I also think that I could be a makeup artist. I could be a really successful makeup artist, like doing makeup for celebrities, doing weddings, prom, all of this stuff. Like, I think I could also live off the grid. I could also be a hardcore farm horse girl. I could be a fully fledged content creator, and that's all that I do. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, social media, and I want to pursue all of them fully, but I can't. A single person cannot do that. I like to call myself multi-passionate creative. It's so hard. You know what I mean? It's so hard because one day I want to pursue this and I go all into that one thing, and then the next day I want to pursue this and then I go all in, and then it's just like
so many unfinished projects, so many loose ends not tied.
It's frustrating, but we're gonna work through it. I think for now the goal is art. I'm just gonna go on that train and I'm gonna take it to wherever she goes. In addition to that, because I feel like this is the most passionate I've ever been about anything, so I just had the idea to, why don't I, because I like to journal, in my journal, why don't I write about all these things I want to accomplish this year like they've already happened? Should I read some? Let me read some. So this is my handy dandy little journal, right? So for every goal that I want to accomplish this year, I started off the paragraph saying, I worked hard to blank. I worked hard for blank. So writing in the future, it sounded like, I worked hard to launch my art website this year. I used my resources to print locally and get my art for sale. I used my hard-earned money to invest in this business and its success. I'm still creative and creating new prints always, and I'm getting into murals now. I've sold 10 of my originals and over 100 prints. My stickers are also doing well. Like, it's so simple. I'm writing in as if it already happened to rewire my brain that this is literally what is meant for me this year. And basically I have a deadline for all these goals. So I want to do my website by my birthday. I also want to get really into fitness and lose about 20 pounds by my birthday. I was watching this TikTok about this girl who was like, this is how you're going to become a content creator. And she literally put back in my head this basic idea, this basic phrase that I've always heard. But I heard it different when she said it. She's like, slow and steady wins the race. Everybody and their mother says, success doesn't come overnight. Success, it just doesn't come quickly. And I'm like, duh. I feel like I pressure myself all the time to be successful super quickly. And when I'm not successful super quickly, then I get discouraged and then I end up quitting, right? I think giving myself daily reminders that working on something little by little every day is going to be a much bigger reward in the end. Reminding myself that every day is literally what's helping me keep going. And I'm going slow and steady, or I'm not going slow, but I'm not expecting to get big results tomorrow or next week, maybe not even next month. I'm just focusing on the here and now and what I can do today and in the next hour to get closer to my dream. Who am I? It's all these TikToks. On top of that, this other lady that I've seen, she put this phrase in my head. And here's the quote, everyone. I've said it before, but it is, act like the person you want to become. Kiko, Paul, period, point blank. Act like the person you want to become. That's exactly what I need to hear. Let me start that right now. For me, I want to become I want to be in my skinny girl era. Like, I want my collarbone to show. I want my jawline to show. I want my body to be toned. If that's who I want to become, act like it. Do the actions that will get me there. You see what I mean? I've never been more passionate about life and goals. I've never been this passionate about anything. I feel like I'm a busy gal because I'm busy chasing my dreams and I keep a small circle around me. I'm only with people who support me, and I love that. I love that, and I wish that for you too. Shall we? Yes, girl. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Let me leave that phrase in your head one more time. Act like the person you want to become. I just have so many hopes for myself. It's literally like I've built a bubble around me. Nobody can stop me. And even if I'm doing it all underground, like maybe people don't even know that this is what I'm pursuing, but I do not care, bro. I'm doing this for me, not you. Yeah, that's another thing. I want to get my health in check this year. I would say I've always been pretty healthy. I don't really have a sweet tooth, and I always preferred to be outside. I'm not the type to be a couch potato, but I'm also not like a gym rat, you know what I mean? I like to be active. Yeah, that's basically it. I feel like this past year was probably the heaviest I've ever been, and I was like, ooh girl, I am just like letting myself go a little bit. I'm also in a relationship, and people say that if you're in a good healthy relationship, you're gonna gain weight, and I'm in a freaking amazing relationship. And so at first I was like, I wasn't mad that I was gaining weight because, you know,
he still loves me.
Still loves me if I'm a little chunky, you know what I mean? Also, now I can feel my body like I just don't feel the best. I just want to lock in so that my body feels the best and that it's functioning correctly. All the blood is moving, everything's going well. I'm gonna grow out my hair. This girl I saw at my job, she was a customer. Honestly, I feel like she is on my vision board for what I want to achieve this year, because she was this pretty girl. She was a little skinnier than me, but she wasn't like a stick, you know what I mean? You could see her collarbone. She had a nice jawline. She had like jewelry. The main thing is that her hair was so long. Like it went past her butt, but it was like curly and wavy, and it had little ehu pieces here and there. And then she put her hair up, half down with a clip, and it looks so pretty. I'm like, oh my gosh, talking to my hair.
Okay, hair, this year we're gonna grow out.
I also had this idea that I want to become more feminine, but I'm struggling to figure out what that means for me. When I see a woman who I think is extremely feminine, in my head that looks like they're wearing dresses all the time, they're wearing skirts all the time, their makeup is always done, their hair is always done, and they smell amazing, and they do their daily workout, and they eat healthy, and they have just like dainty jewelry, and they're living their lives pretty simply. They take care of themselves. That's what I think when I think of femininity.
Femininity.
So I'm thinking to myself, how can I be more feminine in my own way, or like in a way that's not so much this feminine stereotype I've created in my head. Does that make sense? Yes, taking care of myself. Yes, smelling good, but also like maintaining my face and my skincare. Not necessarily needing to wear makeup, but I feel like I'm rambling now. I feel like I've talked too much to myself this morning. Then I need to go and touch some grass. But yeah, also another thing. There's like this whole idea of lowering your cortisol level. What the frick does that even mean? I'm just making sure your immune system and your gut are working prime. Your liver, your kidneys, making sure that they're working at their best. I decided to put this in my routine. It is a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, organic ACV, just diluted in water. Let's take our last sip together, girlies. Okay, here's the last sip. Actually, I can't do it. Wait, hold up. That's crazy. I also got my walk in this morning. It was like a 30-40 minute walk. It felt good. I feel like for me, there's a lot to look forward to this year. I honestly don't even care if I do it all on my own, because I know the value of what I'm reaching towards, you know? And I was just on the phone with my boyfriend, like an hour and a half conversation, right? About all of our goals, all of our dreams. And I am the type of person, if you have a dream and you tell me, girl, I am fully supporting you. no matter what, as long as you're not hurting people, scamming people, taking advantage of people. I'm all for it. I will freaking support you till the end. My boyfriend has never really, like, we've talked about it here and then, but he's never really like told me all the things he wants to do. And then when he started telling me, I started tearing up for real. I know how difficult it is to feel so passionate about something, but then like people don't support you, or like you're so passionate on your own that, I don't know, I just started tearing up because I have just such big dreams for me, and then like I'm also dreaming for him. I have so much faith that we can do this. Like, we can do everything that we ever wish. If we can just work on it a little bit every day, we slow and steady wins the race. But anyways, that was a long yap session. That was a long yapping sesh. But it was a good one. It was productive. It was somewhat off the rails. It's out there now. And I hope maybe this video inspired you in some way that you can literally pursue anything that you want to, if you have the dream, if you write it down. And I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. I hope you guys reach everything that you want to, make all your goals. I will see you in the next video. Happy New Year, y'all. I love you.